Hey, good evening. This is Mustafa of Mustafa Talks Tech, your digital marketing specialist and tech evangelist. Broadcasting on our usual three of Facebook, our Facebook page of Mustafa Talks Tech, our LinkedIn page of Mustafa Talks Tech, and our YouTube channel of Mustafa Talks Tech. So, anybody on those three channels, peace. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for hearing what I have to say this evening. Tonight doesn't have a particular subject. I'm just going to kind of freestyle and talk about some upcoming things that I have for the brand of Mustafa Talks Tech and this platform. Just some other things that may come off the top of my head, and we just go from there. And any questions that may come in the comments, we'll address those as they come. I hope everyone is doing great this evening, and I hope as we get ready to go into Friday that everyone's week has been well. Myself, I've been really tired, more so than usual this week. I may look tired now because I am, but just really been fighting a lot of tiredness and just trying to get as much rest as I can to be energized to do the things that I have to do on a daily basis. But this is just one of those struggle weeks, and I don't think I'm alone. A lot of us have a lot more on our plate right now, and we struggle to find that work life balance, that you know parent marital life balance. Just so many different realities. So we may sometimes our body may just be yelling at us that it's beat, I can't take no more, and we have to listen to our body. Body says no more. We have to give it what it needs, which is some rest, some R&R, rest and relaxation. So this coming weekend I'm definitely going to be doing that, just taking some time just to relax and just lay my head still and watch a few movies and do things like that. And if you're under the sound of my voice, if you have been kind of burning both ends of the candle and kind of just really running yourself, if you got, you're not working this weekend, you have weekends off, then just relax, do something for yourself this weekend. Sit back and watch a movie. It's okay to binge, a series or something that's entertaining for yourself. It's okay, because we only get one of these, and we have to take care of this and maintain it as long as we possibly can. Don't wear yourself out trying to chase greatness and success, wherein you destroy yourself while you're trying to get success or before you even get to success. So don't let that be you. Um, this week and today, I've just really been thinking about how to push this platform forward, Mustafa Talks Tech, and my digital marketing endeavors. I've been tinkering with some different things, doing some social media ads, looking into some content marketing, some email marketing, coming up with a lead product. Just really trying to make this the biggest thing. I really have a grand vision for this whole Mustafa Talks Tech platform. This is not just a idea of me just coming on chit chatting and going about my business. I really have a vision for this becoming something big, where this becomes a platform where people can come and learn and be inspired, and I can navigate people into the tech field and learning them how to just make tech more useful for them in their everyday life, even if they ever to pursue a career in tech. So when I say I call myself a tech evangelist, I don't take that lightly. I see that as being a life mission for myself to evangelize and inspire and push people into tech, because tech is the future. Tech is going to make major splashes in the years to come, and as it is right now. So those who get on top of things right now are the ones that are going to be dominant in the future. So I to help as many as I can to understand the importance of tech, and to not allow this opportunity to go past them when they're trying to catch up when this train has took off, the tech train. So let's get on board the tech train now. Don't wait till it's took off and then we're trying to run and catch up and jump on the train. So the Mustafa Talks Tech platform, I see it and desire it to be a very integral part of pushing that discussion forward and being that place where people can get those resources and learn and be inspired by my own journey in tech. So September is pretty much next week, but I'll say next month. I really am looking forward to launching officially my podcast, Mustafa Talks Tech. Even though I'm live streaming and I'm doing a lot now, I want to officially launch my podcast next month as part of the Mustafa Talks Tech brand. And on this podcast, I got a couple ideas I'm running with. Like I say, this platform, I really wanted to be that place. And vision for my podcast is I want to produce a program where it's not just me going solo talking, though I have and think I can be a useful tool myself. I still recognize my limitations because of my newness to this field, that I don't know everything and haven't experienced everything in this tech field. So what I desire and plan to do is to bring on other heavy hitters in the tech field, people who have experience in the tech field, people who have certain knowledge and disciplines within the tech field, where I will bring them on to the Mustafa Talks Tech podcast and ask them questions and allow them to expound on their wisdom and their experience so that they become our teachers and they teach us their particular perspective and we can learn from them. So I'm lining up a list of some great ones who I think are amazing in the tech field. And I'm hoping and praying that they will accept my invitation and see the vision that I have for the Mustafa Talks Tech platform, that we would love to have their voice on here to speak to the audience and speak to the world about this great technology and this great field that's in front of us. So that will be coming in September. That's the plan that I have, to launch this thing officially in September. Hopefully, I would like to kick it off with a special guest. Um, Trying to put that together now and get that commitment as a yes to bring in a special guest to kick off the official inaugural episode of the Mustafa Talks Tech podcast. And then just, go from there, maybe every week or every other week, bring in a special guest who will speak from a particular perspective within the tech field. And, this podcast becomes a learning platform. Also, I plan on launching the Mustafa Talks Tech blog, the official blog, next month as well, which is another uh I went blank. I'm sorry, folks. The Mustafa Talks Tech blog, which is another component of the Mustafa Talks Tech brand. On that blog, it will feature writings by myself, expounding in a written format of tech, offering motivation and inspiration, offering resources, and being that complement to the video and podcast presentation of Mustafa Talks Tech. We're going to launch a blog next month. Be looking out for that. It's going to launch with a fairly good amount of articles, writings already, and we will regularly update that. And as I desire for the podcast, maybe we will bring in guest writers, guest bloggers who will be able to add other perspectives and certain discipline, the area of discipline knowledge to the blog. So that'll be two that we're going to do: Mustafa Talks Tech podcast, Mustafa Talks Tech the blog. Later in the year, what I would like to do is to get on and start public speaking, going out to the community, going out to events, and start public speaking as another expansion of the Mustafa Talks Tech brand. I have over 20 years, approximately 24 years of public speaking experience. My public speaking experience prior to my tech endeavors has been community based, self improvement based, religious based, things of that nature. But now I'm transitioned to speak from a tech and professional background and platform now. So that's something that I'm looking to find some events or find some platforms where I can come in as a digital marketing specialist and or tech evangelist and talk about tech and the importance of tech and the opportunities in tech, and take on some of those subjects that I address on this video and this podcast and bring it out to the public and speak to the masses of the people. So that will be like the end of this year, the first of next year, to add that as another component to the Mustafa Talks Tech brand. So with those three things, the podcast, Mustafa Talks Tech podcast, the blog, Mustafa Talks Tech blog, and then the public speaking, going out into the public and talking on behalf of Mustafa Talks Tech and promoting that, and then bringing in different guests, and then continuing to expand our social media channels and grow different things. Also working on a book, which will be a writing which I will expound upon many topics that I talk about for Mustafa Talks Tech and or digital marketing as a digital marketing specialist. I don't know when it's going to come out. It is in writing phase right now. So it could come out anytime next year. The sooner the better, I hope. And I'm really excited about that because that book will be a foundational stone of the Mustafa Talks Tech brand, and it will cement that I'm serious about this and that I'm committed to being that tech evangelist and a digital marketing specialist. And I am putting my information and my knowledge between book cover and allowing a larger demographic to become acquainted with me and what I'm offering, and to learn about this great information and tech that is out there. So the next 4 months are going to be very, very busy because I'm going to be pushing, I'm going to be building, I'm going to be growing this brand, I'm going to be expanding and just doing everything within my power and then some to really push the Mustafa Talks Tech brand, so that, a year from now, maybe this time next year, I can be sitting and looking at how big this brand has become, how many friends and supporters have come on board and see the vision and are committed to helping me to help the community become more acquainted with tech and the opportunities that tech provide. That'd be an amazing thing to see the book published, to see guests regularly coming on the show, to see, people guest blogging and writing, and we're all working together to help push forward the power of tech, the knowledge of tech, the opportunities in tech. That will put the biggest smile on of a year from now, that I could be not the one who made it happen, but I can just be a contributor to help make it happen. That I was one of the many who was pushing this conversation forward, pushing the narrative forward. inspiring people to move into tech and learn about tech. If I could do that, that would put the biggest smile on my face just to know that I helped another human being um, learn about tech and maybe even transition to tech professional or tech entrepreneur, or just become more um, acquainted with tech and more competent with tech. Hey, that's fine. Some people struggle with even using a smartphone, turning it on, learning to use the apps. I want to be able to close that divide and just help people understand that tech is our friend. Tech is useful for us. Tech is helpful for us. And tech will make our lives a lot easier. So that's some of the things that I have planned coming up, particularly the next 4 months. I'm really going to be pushing hard that podcast, the blog, this video channel, some information products that I'm working on and putting that out this year. And then later this year, going into next year, I would love to be hitting them stages, going out doing public speaking on behalf of Mustafa Talks Tech as a tech evangelist, public speaker. Really look forward to that. And then some point next year, putting that book out, my first book under the Mustafa Talks Tech brand, and allowing people to consume that information that will be in that book. So yeah, that was pretty much it. As I said, I didn't have a particular topic tonight. I just kind of was freestyling off the top. Twirling. Okay, so it looks like we had a little tech hiccup right there. So just gonna pick up from there. But I lost my chain of thought. I was going into something and my screen just blacked out. So I don't know if that's what you saw on your end. I don't know if the sound went away. But I'm just picking up where I left off. God, where was I at? Yeah, but I'm getting ready to close out, basically, pretty much. And I'll see you on another episode of the Mustafa Talks Tech um, video channel and podcast. If you're viewing me on Facebook, of course, if we're not connected, please like my Facebook page, Mustafa Talks Tech. If you're viewing me on the LinkedIn page and we're not connected, please follow and connect with me. If you're checking me out on YouTube, please subscribe to the Mustafa Talks Tech channel. In all, whichever channel you're viewing me on, please share this information if you find this information useful. I'm sitting on about 40 so videos talking about tech and breaking down different areas of tech and sharing my experience and journey. So I invite you to view those other videos that are on the YouTube channel, Mustafa Talks Tech. Some of them are on the Facebook channel, Mustafa Talks Tech. Please view that. And just connect with me and let's continue this conversation going forward. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. One thing that I'm going to do moving forward is addressing a lot of questions through video answers. So, your question could very well be a video. You could receive a video response on this channel where I will, in video and audio format, respond to you and answer your question and break it down and make it clear to you to the best of my ability. So if that's something that you are interested in, put your question in the comments and we'll look at it. And if it's something that I can address within my knowledge base, we may add that to the next video. You could be very well be the next video. So, hey, this is Mustafa Talks Tech. Have a wonderful night. If you're viewing this live with me tonight, or whenever you view this video, regardless of the time of day, I hope it is good for you. And if it's not, time will get better for you. And I look forward to talking to you on the next episode of the Mustafa Talks Tech podcast and video channel. So you have a good one